I personally had the opportunity as well to connect with my own constituents over the holidays and know that household budgets are being stretched by increases in interest rates, by higher rents, and by higher food prices. Many of these challenges are global challenges created by external stressors, which include lingering effects of the COVID pandemic and, of course, Putin's illegal war in Ukraine. Impacts on the cost of food and energy have been especially significant. We do have some good news, however. While inflation is high, it has started to go down in Canada. Inflation was 8.1% in June and now is 6.3%. It's still high, but it is heading in the right direction, and it's lower than what we see in many of our peer economies. The United States still has inflation of 6.5%, the Euro area at 9.2%, the United Kingdom at 10.5%, and the OECD, of course, is also above 10% on average. While increased interest rates present its own burden, especially after rising from historic lows, private sector economists expect inflation to ease towards the 2% inflation target over the next 2 years. Canada's underlying economy is still very strong, and that gives us the ability to help those who are most impacted by these challenges. In fact, Canada has created more than 659,000 jobs since the start of the pandemic, and we have retained our AAA credit rating. We also have the lowest deficit and lowest net debt to GDP ratio in the G7. However, inflation in Canada is still too high, and Canadians need help to make ends meet. This is why we have provided targeted relief while ensuring that our measures don't further increase inflation. For example, we doubled the GST credit for 11 million Canadians who need it the most. This is a great example to start with, of course, because my friend opposite also voted and supported that particular measure. In addition, we launched the Canada Dental Benefit for children under 12 with family incomes below $90,000. This will allow up to 500,000 kids to get their teeth fixed, and I'm pleased to report tonight that 153,000 families have already utilized the program. This is in addition, thank you, Mr. Speaker, I'll wrap up. This is in addition, of course, to our childcare investments that were just being debated in this House. I'm happy to report that just today it was announced that 12,700 $10 a day childcare spaces are now available in British Columbia, with more spaces opening up every day across Canada. Despite these supports, our government is continuing to run a tight fiscal ship. As I stated previously, we are able to make these investments because we have the lowest net debt and GDP ratios in the G7. At the same time, we have committed to saving $9 billion from government spending through Budget 2022. As Canadians are cutting back in their costs, it is prudent that our government do the same, and we will do that while making life more affordable for all Canadians right across the country. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.